Hey guys, Phil here from PRC Taping. Today we're going to continue the Columbia how-to series and we're going to be talking a little bit about the Commando set. So the semi-automatic Commando set is a great kit not only for the beginners but for the pro as well. The compound tube, in my opinion, this is one of the most versatile tools. So I'll go through this kit in detail for beginners, basically showing these tools, how they operate and how you'd want to use them on a job site. So I'll quickly start with the compound tube. The main part of this kit, in my opinion, the most versatile tool, this is the 42-inch Columbia cam lock tube. So for a beginner, somebody that's never used this before, what you want to do is, say we're taping inside angles today. So what you're going to do is you're going to have your mud thinned down to a taping consistency, which we've talked about in the past. And what you're going to do is you're going to put the tip of this tube in that bucket of mud, and as you have the tip in, you're going to start pulling the back of this handle. And what it's going to do is it's going to fill this tube with the compound. So now that your compound tube is full of compound, you're going to grab your inside 90 corner applicator, and what you're going to do is you're going to put that on the end of the compound tube. Now you can directly put this on your inside corner, so you're going to be putting the mud inside your corners so that you can put your tape on there as well. So as you're doing that, you're going to be pushing your handle. And as you're pushing your handle, you're going to be actually pulling with this as you're pushing with this. So it's kind of one motion. As you're going up the angle, you're going to be pulling and pushing at the same time. So then eventually your tube will be empty and you'll have to refill it for your next set of angles. So now that you've applied the compound to the inside of the angles with your compound tube, you're going to do the next step and you're going to put your paper tape on the inside of that corner. You're going to set that in place and now you're going to embed that with a corner roller. So I have a corner roller here with a 3 to 5 foot extendable handle. And you're going to set this to your desired height. If it's 8-foot ceilings, you're going to leave it like this. If you have taller ceilings, you're going to just extend this out so that you can reach and properly embed that tape. So what this does is you have wheels on the inside here. And what that does is that's going to push the tape into the wall and embed that tape directly into the corner, pushing the mud away from the inside of the tape, leaving some mud behind because you want to leave mud to embed that. But you're also pushing that mud out. What you want to make sure is that you're embedding that properly for the next step. So when you're done using the inside corner roller, you can either set it aside onto a wall or put it in a bucket of water, your preference. I normally just set it on the wall because I'm doing lots of angles at a time. I don't like to get it too wet. So I'll just leave the mud that's on there against the wall or near the corner that I'm working on, and then I'll continue on to the next angles. So now your next step is going to be using the 3-inch flusher. Now I have a 3-inch standard flusher here with a 3 to 5 foot handle as well. Again, leaving your handle in the position that you are comfortable with. Say you're doing a stand-up, you're going to start from the bottom and you're going to put this side down. That is going to be your upward direction right here. The top of that is going to be up. So as you're pushing this against the wall, you're going to want to keep pushing this towards the corner because this flusher actually bends as you push. So you want to make sure you're pushing that nice and tight into the corner to even out the mud that the corner roller left. So you may have to run that just a couple times just to fill that inside angle to hide that tape properly. So now that you're done running your flusher, what you're going to do is you're going to grab your 5 or 6-inch knife, whichever you prefer, and you're just going to clean the starts and the stops, the bottoms and the tops, where that flusher started and where it stopped. It leaves a little bit of mud and you're just going to want to pull that away from the wall before you do the rest of your angles. Another handy adapter that comes with a compound tube, and the reason why I like these compound tubes is because Columbia makes multiple adapters for it. So one is this flat applicator. So what this does is, again, the same thing. You're going to fill this with compound, attach your flat applicator. So this is now going to be doing your flats and your butt joints. And what you do is the same thing. You're going to run this along the wall and that's going to fill your bevel for you. So you're going to put that onto the wall. It's going to fill the bevel the same pushing method as you were doing on the angle. So you can do your butts and you can do your flats. After that step, you're going to also set that aside. Then you'll place your tape on your butt joints first. You're going to wipe those. Then you're going to do your flats. After you do that step, you're going to wipe that nicely with a 6-inch or an 8-inch knife, whichever you prefer. But that is the other adapter that comes with it so that you can tape flats and butt joints. So your first step is to run your butt joints with your flat applicator, and then you're going to do your flat joints with the flat applicator. Then you're going to move to your inside angles. So remember, you always want to start with your butts, flats, end on angles, because the angles really tie in your flats and your butts. So that's a quick little overview of this kit with a few little tips and tricks along the way. With practice, the compound tube is amazing in my opinion, and always keep in mind the mud consistency is the most important step in dialing this in. So you want to play around with that and make sure you get that practiced up, dialed in on your job site so that you can have a really nice finish with this compound tube. Thanks for checking out this video. See you on the next one.